Pumice, least dense stone on earth. The Quran portrays birds carrying pumice for long distances and hitting the enemy. Today geologists confirm that pumice is so light that it can even float on water. Density is simply mass per volume. Density of water is 1 gram cm3. Clay has a density of just 1.2 grams cm3, but still higher than the density of water, which means it would still sink in water. However, if this clay gets heat-treated, in a volcano for example, it would become porous and its density drops. Pumice. Pumice is created when superheated, highly pressurized rock is violently ejected from a volcano. The density of this pumice stone is so low at 0.25 cubic centimeters. This stone literally floats on water. Pumice stone is the only stone that can float on water. Pumice stone are the least dense stone on earth. This was known recently, however this was portrayed in the Quran 1,400 years before it was discovered. Quran. He sent against them swarms of birds, throwing at them rocks of pumice. Pumice is also found in Quran where the city was showered by a volcano. Today we know that pumice is very porous and has very low density, which means it is very easy for the birds to carry. If those stones were made of gold, for example, then they would have weighed 77 times more and those birds wouldn't have been able to fly. Sinkhole. Natural depression or hole in the ground. Sinkholes can suddenly swallow buildings. More than 175 dead from weekend storm in Central America. In the northern part of Guatemala City, the downpour created a sinkhole the size of a street intersection. Residents told CNN that a 3-story building and a house fell into the hole. Sinkhole. Sinkholes vary in size from 1 to 600 m, 3.3 to 2,000 feet, both in diameter and depth, and vary in form from soil-lined bowls to bedrock-edged chasms. Sinkholes may form gradually or suddenly, and are found worldwide. Sinkholes can suddenly swallow buildings. This was known recently, however this was portrayed in the Quran 1,400 years before it was discovered. Quran. So we collapsed the earth beneath him and his house. He had no company to save him from Allah, and he could not defend himself. The earth suddenly collapsed beneath him and his house. Today we know this is a sinkhole. Volcano. Earthquakes or tremors precede eruptions. Prediction of volcanic activity. Seismic activity, earthquakes and tremors, always occurs as volcanoes awaken and prepare to erupt and are a very important link to eruptions. Some volcanoes normally have continuing low-level seismic activity, but an increase may signal a greater likelihood of an eruption. The types of earthquakes that occur and where they start and end are also key signs. Earth brings out its loads by volcanic eruptions. In the Quran, earthquakes precede volcanic eruptions. Quran. If the earth is shaken with its quake. If the earth brings out its loads. Earth brings out its loads by volcanic eruptions. In the Quran, earthquakes precede volcanic eruptions.